One of the big questions of 2016 was put to test early in 2017. The world now knows Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly will be heading over to NBC. It's a big job with a big profile, but it comes with some pretty big risks, too.
Fox on the run. Megyn jumps ship.
Megyn Kelly is leaving Fox News for NBC.
It was breaking news on cable TV and worthy of a front-page story in the New York Times. After 12 years at Fox and anchoring the Kelly File, the second highest-rated show on Fox News, the biggest free agent in TV news has picked a new team.
While the Sunday night show will allow her to continue in hard news, the daytime show will be a mix of news, interviews, and panel-like discussions.
This comes after a year when Kelly became a household name. Thank you, Donald Trump.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
When asked about the question later, Trump's response set the internet on fire.
You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
The two made up in a primetime special, and Kelly's star soared. She wrote a book and started to shop herself around, reportedly willing to take less than Fox's $20 million a year offer.
I am searching on how I can find something that would let me do a job that I love while being present for the children that I love.
But it's a challenge many have tried.
This is a huge risk for Megyn Kelly. Daytime television is littered with the careers of women and men who tried and could not make it work.
Maybe she should give Katie Couric a call.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, Kelly. I mean, because, she wants to make it a mix of news and celebrity. That's exactly what Katie Couric did. And then Katie had to kind of dumb it down just to even maintain it on. Meredith Vieira has, there's any number of people, men and women, as Brian Stelter said. And then going right up against 60 Minutes on Sunday night. She could disappear.
I think that's right. So there's a couple of things. If there is the right producer that will fit the show exactly to her. That means somebody who's looking at something that hasn't been done now. Now, I'm going to use an entertainment show as an example. Steve Harvey, okay? Steve Harvey, comedian. Who is it? How's that show going to work? Everybody says. If you watch that show, those segments are built around him. That's not journalism, but somebody was smart enough to figure out what makes him tick, what makes him communicate, and do that. What happens in these situations often, as you know, and I hear now she's going to get the 9 a.m., which is the third hour of today. I think that's a bad move.
Terrible.
And also they're kicking out then Willie Geist and Tamron Hall and all the rest. So I don't know. She's not the warm, fuzzy type in the morning. So there you have that. Let me also just say a couple other things. Now, I'm not a fan, but I really appreciate that a woman got exactly what she wanted with the money that she wanted.
Now settle for more.
I'm all about that because that doesn't often happen. But I'm not a fan of hers.
All right, I got to point out that despite the package we just saw, which, a lot of important points in there, despite the adulation that accompanied the announcement of this move, she is not without her flaws as a public person. And I think in particular, as Jamel Bowie at Slate and other people have highlighted, David Folkenflik at NPR, she's had an interesting record when it comes to things involving race. Getting kind of angry at the notion that some people would represent Santa as black, cover the kids' ears. Santa's not real. Santa's not white or black. Saying that Sandra Bland, the woman who died in police custody, should have just gone along with the police, even if she was being wrongly detained, and then argued about it later. She has this tendency to wave the new Black Panther Party. She has a weird fixation on matters involving race. So she's a very talented, very engaging to watch, but also somewhat problematic figure.
Well, she came up through Fox News.
Yep.
And she came up with that Fox News voice, and she nailed it. I mean, not only did she nail the Fox News sort of voice and format, she also, I think, took Fox News to another place. I mean, she managed over the last year, I think, to rebrand Fox News, whether you think that's fair or not, or right or not. She kind of pulled it more because of that Trump feud into the news department.
Amid this internal implosion.
And then she stuck her neck out for other women at Fox News, which again, I think she deserves admiration for. I admire her for saying, look, this is what I want from my life and my schedule right now, and I can write my ticket, and I'm going to, for better, for worse. I agree, it's very risky. There's so much on daytime. Harry Connick Jr. has a daytime TV show. Everyone gets a daytime TV show. They never work. But I admire her for trying.
The relationship between Fox News and Megyn Kelly has been hugely beneficial to both parties. And I think that her departure is going to hurt Fox News a lot. Certainly picking Tucker Carlson to fill in for her, incredibly unimaginative move. But I think it's going to hurt Megyn Kelly too. I don't think she's nearly as major a figure as she appears to be on Fox News. She looks pretty good wedged between Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity, but she's up against much better talent now, and the competition's going to be fierce.
I had not heard that Today Show theory. She'll be up at 4 in the morning. She's not going to see the kids then either.
Well,
it's
no,
like,
she could come home when they're home. But if that's what they're saying, the other choice was 1 o'clock, which doesn't really mean she's lost.
Yeah.
But 9 a.m. makes some sense because remember they've often talked about getting rid of those hosts and moving somebody else in there. So
let someone else do breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? If she's lost, what's she going to make? 20 some million.
Exactly.
It's a nice way to be lost.
Exactly.